Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliot. This is Everything Elliot. Today, we're working on that right there. There, check that, the bumper's off. And I gotta show you something. I've been missing my light for like 2 years now. Oh, the battery's dead. That's been in there a hot minute. And look what else we got here. Sorry, little fella. So today what we're going to be doing is installing an off-road bumper on this thing. Now, I've always liked the look of these things, but they're always out of my price range. And honestly, it's nothing more than aesthetics. It's not like a ranch hand. It's made by Mr. GOP, MR.GOP. Got it online, and honestly, it's pretty thin. But you know what? It's not any thicker or thinner than my factory bumper is. So the way I look at it is it's an aesthetics thing. I don't live in Australia where I'm running down kangaroos all the time, you know, because they have huge kangaroo bars on their trucks over there. And I also don't live in like cattle country where the cattle are, you know, constantly getting out. And I also don't live in moose country. So those are not really things I'm worried about. This is simply for aesthetics. We're gonna put it on there and hopefully it looks good. You guys got a good idea what it looks like beforehand with that time lapse. And honestly, the only thing I have left to do, I think, is take these factory tow hooks off, because this truck must have been a plow truck prior to my purchase, because it doesn't have the horns down here. The scoops or whatever, I don't know what you call them, scoops, horns, whatever they are. So we're gonna rip these off quick, and then we should be ready to mount that center section, and then you just kind of build off that. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is kind of difficult by yourself. Not gonna lie to you about that at all. This really isn't lining up very well. Okay, now I need to figure out how to, this needs to stretch. Yeah, pretty good I may add. So stretch it we shall. I can see where it's getting caught. It's getting caught on this horn, like the end of this frame here. Hold on. See that interference right there? this part of the frame is hitting that right there. It's not much, but it's just enough to hold me up. I can't believe I can move it that much. So what are we gonna do? All right, I'm gonna sit here and look at this for a little bit and come up with a solution. I don't know what that solution is yet, but I'm gonna figure it out and try not to trim anything. Maybe we'll just force it to fit. I think that's what we'll do. What do you think, Theodore? Does that sound good? All right, so let me show you what I had going on here. I put my center finder in the one hole, put a ratchet strap to the other side, and just kind of ratcheted it over. Here's my theory. My theory is that my mic is off. And now you can hear me better. My theory is that this truck had a snowplow on it. I know that for a fact. My theory is the snowplow did some damage to the frame a little bit, kind of tweaked things a little bit, and just kind of put things out of whack, making it more difficult to install this. But we're in good shape now. We are doing the last bolt. And then we can go tighten up the other side. All right, now that I'm partially deaf, time to get the side wings on there. And the instructions state, have a friend for this. I do not have a friend for this, so I'm gonna do it by myself. All right, so the front bumper is done, and here is the biggest thing that I learned. Have a friend come over and help you. That was no fun by myself. It was a lot of balancing and doing bolts all at once, but it is done. I opted not to put the winch plate at this time. I've never had a winch on this truck, and I don't foresee myself needing a winch in the near future. If I do, I'm gonna save the winch plate. But for right now, it is what it is. And don't get me wrong, I know that in about a year or two, I'm gonna have to take this all off, have it sandblasted and powder coated. At that point in time, I'll probably have it color matched to my truck. But for now, we're just gonna run it the way it is. It came with these chintzy D-rings, and I'll probably take those off. I had a bumper like this on one of my old trucks, and listening to this going down the highway wasn't really that great. They do make rubber coated ones. Maybe I'll get those, but for right now, we'll just run these in here until I get sick of listening to that going down the highway. Honestly, I think that's about all I got in me for tonight. It is currently 11:45. I don't have to work tomorrow, but I am covered in grease and oil and undercoating. So I'm gonna go inside, take a shower, and I think tomorrow night we're gonna tackle the rear bumper. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, these are cheap. I think they were around 350 bucks a piece. I don't know, I got them so long ago. They've literally been sitting in my shop for probably, realistically, almost 4 or 5 months now. And they're aesthetic. That's the point of these. I'm not planning on running over any kangaroos or cattle anytime soon, so I didn't really feel the need to spend, you know, 1,500 bucks on a front bumper and 1,500 bucks on a rear bumper. They look good, they serve purpose, and I mean, this looks good. I think it looks good. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think it looks good. So We're gonna run it. I don't know where I was going with this thought. Sometimes you don't need to spend a ton of money to have something that looks nice. Tomorrow night, we'll get into the rear bumper, and until then, well, I don't know, crack another cold one. Yo, Theodore just caught a baby rabbit. What did you get? Well, don't play with it. But I also don't want it in my shop. Where'd you go? Theodore? Oh, is it hiding back there? Where'd it go? What have you been hiding under here? There's all sorts of stuff back here. Oh, he's back on the run again. Oh, get away, little rabbit. Theodore, leave it alone. Where did it go? Theodore. Hey, leave it alone. Look at that poor little guy. How do I get him out of here without getting bit? Because you're just playing with him. How did he get in here? Where's my welding gloves? Alright. I got him. I got the rabbit. Hold on. Let me take my light off. There. If that's not a thumbnail, you got all sorts of stuff in your eyes, dude. Look at this rabbit. All right, I'm gonna go let him go. Hold on. All right, there he is, still alive. Let's see here. You can hide under the excavator bucket, buddy. Off you go. Off you go. Yeah, you're probably exhausted. You'll be alright, though. Get under the bucket. There you go. Go hide. You'll be alright. Huh. And the rabies song is on now. Wild. Alright, so that was wild. Caught a rabbit in the shop. The rear bumper's off. Factory one, aftermarket one. I'm just in the middle of switching over the parking sensors and the license plate lights. Really not a big deal. They're just like plastic clips. You put them in. That's it. So I'm gonna finish doing that, and then we're gonna hop back over to the rear of the truck and get the new aftermarket bumper bolted up. I also ripped off my tailgate light. I didn't really like that thing, so it was time for it to go. I gotta figure out how to tie my reverse lights that are in the bumper into the wiring from the, you know what? I'm not gonna be able to. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some testing. I'm just gonna finish doing the clips and stuff, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. All right, so this is where we're at. We've got the factory mounting brackets here. Those got to come off. Those ones got to go on. I don't know why. It's, you know, it's a shame they just couldn't use the factory brackets, but whatever. Those got to come off on both sides. We got to put those on, and then I've got to do some figuring on the wiring here. So these are the wires that I snipped for my tailgate light. I know there's a reverse light in here somewhere. I thought it was this one, and I actually tested it, but it didn't work. So I think this thing throws 12 volts. I think I can't imagine there'd be like a relay somewhere and it just charges the relay with low voltage. Pretty sure it throws 12 volts, but what I'm gonna end up doing is just stripping all these back, turning the reverse lights on, and then we'll test. But first, let's get these off. And honestly, I think I'm reusing factory hardware because it doesn't say anything else, you know, anything different, I guess I should say. Oh, and I gotta show you something else. The light that I found yesterday, just got it off the charger. It still works. Harbor Freight. Been in my truck for a year, and it still stinking works. It's unbelievable. I got the light, I might as well use it because I can barely see what I'm doing. I think Theodore's mad at me now because I took his fun thing away from him. All right, that's that. This should go on here like so. These all just need to stay loose for right now because we are going to have to do some adjusting. Just like I said last night, I wish I had a friend to help me. Again, I don't have a friend to help me. So we're going to do just the best we can. That's all anybody ever asks for. Now with this loosely mounted, I'm gonna go do the other side. All right, so now we're gonna figure out which one of these wires is a reverse light. Hopefully. I really thought it was this one. I'm gonna go turn on the reverse lights, turn off the tail lights. That way, you know, this isn't trying to light the tail light. And then we can try to figure out which one of these is backup. All right, so we've got the reverse lights on, the tail lights are not on, so we don't get a false reading from the tail light. And then the 12 volt is capped, so the only thing that should have power right now is the wire that powers the reverse light. Nothing on the green, nothing on the red, nothing on the yellow. Nothing on the white. I wonder if this thing's smarter than I am, and this needs to be plugged in. And that would also give me a ground, so hold on. Boy, if I had alligator clips, this would be a lot easier. It's not showing 12 volts here either. I know it works. All right, I don't know why, but I am not getting any sense. Right? Wait, which one's? Yeah. Top right is negative. Backup lamps. Center. I wonder if the truck needs to be running to put power to the trailer plug. No, because my lights would go on. This is so weird. I know it works. My tailgate light worked. Is it because I have something one of these disconnected? Maybe? Let me reconnect these wires. Let's try this again. Aha! All right. Look at that. All right, so it is the white one. Perfect. I'm kind of hoping this will just sit on here. Might be wishful thinking. Maybe it will. All right, so it'll kind of sit on there. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get underneath the truck, and there are 4 bolts that hold the bumper to those brackets. I'm going to get those there. I'm going to get those in there loosely, and then I don't know what I'm going to use to hold it up and try to align it. haven't gotten that far yet. All right, we're gonna go old school. We're just gonna try a jack. See if that works. I'm hoping to grab this lip right here. We'll see. I don't have much faith on my first try, but you never know. It just wants to push the jack backwards. Okay, plan B. Just grab right here maybe. It's tilting it way forward though. What if I do it right on this here? Oh yeah, that's way better. All right, now I just gotta tighten every single thing up. All right, this side should stay put. Oh, look at that. All right, rinse and repeat on the other side. So the only thing I have left is to just hook up my trailer plug, which goes right here, and it's gonna be a bear. Son of a gun. Come on. Why are you fighting me? Too good for your home? See, this is the stuff that I cut from videos, because who wants to watch me fight with an electrical connection that you can't even see for 20 minutes? But the reason I cut this stuff is because A, what I just said, but then you don't realize, hey, this job wasn't a 5-minute job. I just cut all the stuff, the mundane stuff out of the video. How am I gonna get this to go? All right, it's in. Just a lot of persistence necessary. Got one more electrical connection to hook up. We should be in business. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go clean my hands off so I'm not getting in my truck filthy. I wanna test these lights. I ended up just grounding it to the bumper through these screws. I just picked one. They're bolts, but not screws. So everything should be operational now. So we need to test 3 things, I guess you could say. One of them I really won't be able to test. That's my backup sensors that I put in here. But we need to test the backup lights and the license plate lights. The backup lights are going to be easy. I'm just going to go put it in reversed as we did earlier. And then the license plate lights, I'll just have to turn the lights on. But we'll see what happens. All right, you see it before I do. Hopefully they're working. It looks bright back there. Oh, only one of them? Really? That's like a super major bummer. Because you can't really get to it at all. That's going to be a problem for future, Elliot. Oh, wait, listen. Did you hear that? Hold on, let me put my mic by the door. All right, they work. I'm super bummed about that backup light. That's gonna bother me, but that's gonna be a problem. You can't even hear me, I don't even have my mic on. All right, now can you hear me? Well, that light is gonna bother me, but we'll let it not bother me right now. Now license plate lights, they do. Both of them do, perfect. So I gotta fix passenger side backup lamp. So I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I have to service this truck in the next week or 2 here. I'm not gonna fix that light till this thing goes up on the lift. It's gonna be much easier to fix that light when it's up on the lift. I'm just gonna leave it for now, whatever. I'm also gonna do the wiring and stuff like that, like tie it all up once it's up on the lift, so I'm not rolling around on the ground anymore because I am absolutely filthy. But I am super happy with the way that turned out. That looks slick. For 350 bucks, you can't beat it. Again, I know I'm gonna have to take this off in a year, sandblast it, paint it, but whatever. I'm not worried about that. But I just wanted to get it on there, so now they're on there. All right, folks, well, that's gonna button this one up. The front and rear bumper are done on the truck. This might not have been the most interesting video that I've ever put out. It is one that I enjoyed doing because I love working on this truck. This is, well, I've had this truck for almost 10 years now. No, that's a lie. I've had it for 8 years now, I think. Love working on it. It's a workhorse. And every once in a while, I decide to treat it with something new and fancy. In this case, it was these bumpers by Mr. GOP. If you guys are interested in these bumpers, I will leave a link down in the description below. Have 2 people. That's my biggest recommendation. Have 2 people. Well, hit that subscribe button, send it to somebody that might enjoy this video, and until the next one, hope you guys have a great day.